Alright, so today in our lesson for 4.3, we're going to start out by talking about solving a system of linear equations by substitution. So I've probably done this in the past with dealing with substitution, so we're going to go over a couple problems here, just to give you a little refresher and see how you're sitting with this. So with our first problem here, we have 2b plus c equals 12 and 2b equals 10. So the first thing we need to do is solve for one of the variables, and then we're going to substitute it into the other equation to solve for the second unknown variable. So let's do that. In which case, let's start out with this equation right here, and let's solve for b. So to do that, we're simply going to take 2b equals 10. We're going to divide by 2 on both sides. So then, once we divide by 2 on both sides, the 2 goes away there, and we're left with a b. And that equals, and 10 divided by 2 should give you 5. So now we have our b value. So we have b value of 5. So we know one value is 5 at least. So then let's go into talking about that top equation. Let's plug in this b value into 2b plus c equals 12 and solve for c. So if we did this, we simply take 2 times our b value of 5 alright, and then plus c, that equals 12. So now we're going to solve for c. So first off, let's go ahead and get this simplified down a little bit. 2 times 5 is 10. So 10 plus c equals 12. And then let's do the next part, which is to get rid of 10 on this side. So we'll subtract 10 from both sides. We got a plus 10 over here on the left. We need to subtract to get rid of it. And what we do to one side, we do to the other. So we're going to subtract from the right hand side of the equal sign as well. So 10 minus 10, those go away. And we're left with over here a c. And 12 minus 10 is 2. So for our b value, we got a 5, and our c, we got a 2. And you can always go back in and check that out in the equation to see if it works. And the only equation we have of both the variables is up top. So if you were to take both these values, and let's say we plugged in the 5 and the 2, and we'll see what happens. So we're going to take 2 times our b value, which was 5, and then we're going to add our c value, which is 2, and they're saying that that should equal 12. Well, we take 2 times 5, that gives us 10, plus 2 equals 12, and I'm sure you can see 12 equals 12. So we know we got the right answers and they worked out. It's always best to go back, especially if you're questioning yourself if you have the right answer, plug them back in the equation and check to make sure it works. Because if you got the right values, it's going to work. Alright, let's do one more here just to give you a little recap before I get you on your check your understanding assignment. Alright, so we're looking at our values here of 6c plus z equals 31, and then 5c equals 25. Alright, so we'll start out with 5c equals 25, and then let's go ahead and let's divide by 5 on both sides to get this c by itself. So we're going to divide by 5. That's going to give us a c over here. And 25 divided by 5 is 5. So we know we got a c of 5, or c is equal to 5. So now we can plug that c value into this top equation, and then we can solve for z. So we have 6 times our c value of 5, and that's plus z equals 31. And let's go and simplify this a little bit. 6 times 5 is 30 plus z equals 31. And what do we do to get rid of the 30? Well, it's a positive 30 on the left hand side. We need to subtract it. So we're going to subtract 30 from both sides. And what do we get then? Well, 30 minus 30 goes away, and we're left with a z on the left hand side, and that equals 31 minus 30 should give us a value of 1. So we got our c value is equal to 5 and our z is equal to 1. And we can check this to make sure it works. So let's do that. Let's say we've got these values in there. So we've got 6 times our c value of 5. Okay. Plus our z value of 1. They're saying that should equal 31. Well, 6 times 5 is 30. Plus 1 equals 31. And you can see 31 does equal 31. So we're good. That checks off good again. So after finding our c value and our z value, we were able to plug them back into the equation that had both variables to check to ensure we got the proper calculated answers for those two variables. Alright, so again, this is solving system of linear equations by substitution. Alright, so there are some more advanced problems we'll touch on further or in future classes, but I wanted to start out with these so you can get a good understanding of how to do this with solving for one variable with one equation, substituting into the other equation to solve for the other missing variable. Alright guys, so hope you learned a little something today, and I'll see you next time.